guys. Okay, so it is Thursday. July 1st? I think today is July 1st. Don't mind my hair. I think today might be the day one of the process of IVF for working towards baby number 3. If you haven't watched anything before this, the video before this, we are hopefully going to be doing embryo banking to hopefully maybe try for baby number 3 within a year or 2, probably more like a year. Yeah, so the beginning of the process is when you are ready. You wait until you have your period, and then you normally go in on day 2 of your cycle. I think possibly day 3, just depending when that hits. And I started my period yesterday. I'm not sure if they consider today day 2 because I didn't start until like 4:57. The reason I'm being so specific is because I was just about to go to work, went to the bathroom like a few minutes before because I work from home. And I was like, oh, I started my periods. So I know that's why it was the time. And yeah, so they open up in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to call them. And I think today will still be considered day 2. So hopefully they can get me in today. Obviously Jenna already knows. She said I can go anytime today. And yeah, so if that happens, then what they're going to do is they are checking to see my follicle count. And I think they might do some blood work as well. I'm not 100% sure. Usually they do blood work when you go. Yeah, so pretty much it is checking to see my follicle count. And that's going to give them a good idea of how to set up my medication schedule. Like how aggressive they need to be. The last time my follicle count was checked was 2017, before my last pregnancy. Is it 2017? No, it was probably before that. It was 2017 because I had it with my first baby. Obviously, my second one, it didn't matter because we did reciprocal IVF, so it wasn't using my eggs. So yeah, it was 2017. So it's been a while. So hopefully, because I'm almost 35, hopefully it's not gone down a bunch. If it has, then she said we might start like taking like DHEA. So yeah, we'll see. So if I do go today, I will let you know. I'm going to call, like I said, in about 15 minutes, unless my children wake up, and then I'll get them and then call, and then I'll update you. So, Okay, guys. So done my hair. I'm just going to do a finger comb here while I'm getting ready. I have about 10 minutes until my appointment, so I'll go in soon. So I got an appointment today. It is at 10:15. It was like about 8:35 when she called, because they had to call me back. And she was like, we have one at 9. And I was like, well, that's in about 15-ish, 20 minutes. And it takes me 15 minutes to get there. And Jenna wasn't ready to come down. So I was like, no. But she did have something at 10:15 today. And I'm like, that works perfect because it gives me enough time. I was able to make breakfast for the kids and Jenna, pancakes. And then it gave me enough time to quickly take a shower so I'm not a hot, sweaty mess. Just looking at my review, don't mind me. And then I set up an appointment for a saline sonogram on next week, Wednesday. I don't honestly remember what the saline sonogram is, but I'm having one. So fun stuff. And I guess I start on birth control. I know we just had the appointment a month ago and she told me what I was going to be doing. Totally forgot. So there's my brain. But yes, I guess I'll start on birth control soon. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Which doesn't make sense. Maybe. I don't think I would start it tomorrow because I'm still in my period because I just started yesterday. I don't know. Anyways, they're going to start me on that. We're going to talk about figuring out meds and all that. So I will see you after the appointment. I'm going to head in. All right. Peace. I don't think I'm going to be able to film much while I'm in there because like I said, I just don't feel comfortable filming. I might be able to get some sound, maybe. Like, who knows? I'm not really sure. I might. But I might not. If not, either way, I will update you on the way home and let you know what's going on. All right, guys, here we go. Fun stuff. That's where my cat scratched me. Oh boy, I'm nervous. My blood pressure was 137. Fun stuff, as always. My blood pressure's high, and I go see the doctor. I'm gonna have to get a cuff at home to make sure that it's just white coat syndrome. Fun, yay. Okay guys, so I just left picking up my prescription, and I had to get my birth control because I start birth control tomorrow. So what happened at the appointment was the doctor looked at my ovaries and said that everything looks good. And sorry, I'm like watching the road. So, but they said everything looks good, and I had 8 follicles on the right and 5 on the left, or vice versa, one of the two, 8 and 5. So a total of 13. She said that they look for 10 or above, so I hit that mark, which being almost 35, like, I know that your fertility can go down like once you're 35, so I think that's pretty good. And that was pretty much all we found out at the appointment. And then I got some test results back now. I think there's still some more that they're looking up and stuff like that, but I did get a few test results back. Some of them was just like my estrogen and stuff like that, but I think the big ones were the AMH and the FSH, and my FSH was, I think, 7.2, so I think for my age that's a pretty good number as far as I know. I didn't get my AMH, but I don't know if like they're correlated or what. I'm not really sure. So she said some results take longer, some don't. I don't know. So that's pretty much all that I know right now. So it seems like from, you know, my follicle count and from the FSH, I seem to be in pretty good shape. So like I said, now I just start my birth control tomorrow. And then they said it takes about a week-ish to get all the doctors together to talk about like my facts. I think they said once a week their doctors get together and they talk about like what, you know, they're gonna do for the patients or whatever. So at that point, then they will let me know kind of what the plan is, when they want me to start, what medications, how much of the medications, stuff like that. So I mean, so far pretty good. The only thing that I was like was my blood pressure, which it was 137, which is not like super high or anything, but for me that is higher than like what my normal baseline is. I don't know why, but I tend to get white coat syndrome, at least I have over the past couple years, and so my blood pressure tends to be higher when I go to the doctor. So I just asked on our Buy Nothing if anyone has a blood pressure machine that they're not using that I could use, and if not, then I will get one from Amazon. I just want to start checking my blood pressure at home just so that I have a good baseline. That way, if I am going to appointments and I notice that like, hey, my blood pressure is always, you know, higher, even if it's just a bit, but like, you know, higher than normal, that what I take at home, then, you know, I can tell them like I've been taking it at home. I would take it at the store, like with an actual machine, but with COVID right now, they don't have the blood pressure machines, at least at the Wegmans that I go to, they don't have one anymore, which I understand because it's, you know, hard to keep it clean, which is fine. So yeah, so I'm gonna hopefully get a blood pressure machine within the next week, and then kind of keep that up to, I mean, it's not a huge deal because I'm not actually trying to get pregnant right now, but I guess it's good to know now, because if for some reason my blood pressure is higher than it should be, just in general, then I really, really, really need to work on that, even more than I was already going to, like health-wise, before I try to get pregnant, because I don't want to start trying to get pregnant when my blood pressure is already high. That would be very bad. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I just picked that up and I'm heading home. The kids are up in their rooms. One of them sleeping, the other one might be sleeping, I don't know. And that's pretty much gonna be a day. We're just having a really chill day. we're not really doing much today other than that appointment. And so if I hear anything else, I will update you. Fun stuff. Okay, guys. I just wanted to end this vlog. I'm not sure how many days are in this vlog at this point. I'm pretty behind on getting the vlogs out. I'm trying to do like more vlogs, but I have so many things going on, like trying to edit them and do everything else, and sleep is, it's a challenge. But there's one more thing I wanted to add in that I'm a bit nervous about, and I'm not going to know anything until probably like next week. It's now Saturday evening. It's like really late at 11 at night. But I forgot to mention, we had gotten, I went through the appointment. I told you kind of everything that happened with the follicles and all that. And then I got back my blood test results. And I honestly can't remember what my FSH level was. I don't think it was awful, but I got back my AMH level, and that one kind of has me a bit concerned. Like all the rest of them, I don't think are too bad. I'm honestly not 100% sure, but I remember my AMH level because I was able to look back when I had my last AMH, which was September of 2016. So let's just say, this year we'll count it as September. I know it's not quite September, but it's close enough. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. So 5 years later, okay? And when you're talking about fertility, 5 years is a long time. I'm going to be 35 in October. So I had this back when I was like, almost 30, 31, something like that. So there's a big difference. And when I saw what my number was back then, what it is now, I'm really nervous about it because it looks really bad to me. I sent a message to my doctor. I haven't heard anything in a couple days, so I don't know what that means. I know they said that they don't talk about the cases or anything except like once a week, so I'll hear something next week. I'm really hoping they will answer me. But back when I had my AMH level, as long as they're still measured the same way, back in 2016, it was like 3.5. And I remember at that time, the way they did AMH levels, it seemed high, I think it was. And now my AMH level, again, if it's the same, is 0.85. So from 3.5 to 0.85. And from what I've read, if this is right, that is not extremely low, but that's getting low. It's like less than what it should be for my age. So that makes me nervous because if that's true, that could mean that I have a low ovarian reserve, or it's getting kind of low. I mean, my follicle count wasn't too bad, so I don't think that's awful. I don't know. Jenna and I kind of talked about it, and we said hopefully we should at least get 2 cycles from what our insurance covers, possibly 3. So once we talk with the doctor, we'll see what she says and see if she feels that AMH is low, what she recommends, if I need to start like taking DHEA or what we want to do. If she feels that we could get 3 cycles out of, this coverage from our insurance, then what we would do is go through the first cycle, see what happens. If we get a really good result by chance or enough, then if we get a good amount of embryos, then we won't necessarily go through a second cycle right away. If we don't, or she thinks we should, then we could do a second one. Jenna said if they feel like I'm not going to give good results of getting embryos, then she would be willing to go through our IVF again if she really had to. It seems like womb-wise, I'm okay like getting pregnant because I got pregnant last time. I don't know what my AMH would have been then because we didn't use my eggs. We just used my womb. So I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous about this. It kind of like made me a bit sad, but I'm not gonna do anything until, I'm not gonna get too worried until we talk with the doctor, see what she says, and we try a cycle again. If nothing comes out of this, it's okay. We already have 2 children. I'm not going to complain if nothing happens, but of course it would be a bit sad. I'd be a little bit sad if we couldn't, get another child out of this. So we'll see what happens, but I just wanted to update you on that. And once I get more news, I will keep you updated. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.